Flooding, empowering action. Looking at risk and sustainable ways of managing flooding in T&T. What do we mean when we speak of vulnerability and risk? Vulnerability is a function of our exposure to flooding, the presence of human or environmental assets and services that could be adversely affected. Our susceptibility, the physical characteristics which make an area likely to flood, and our resilience capacity, the ability to prepare for, react to, and recover quickly from the damaging effect of realized hazards. Flood risk is the product of that vulnerability and the total value of the assets that are exposed to flooding. Flooding does not always mean disaster. With a combined approach, we can manage man-made flood causes and reduce the risk and impact of flood hazard events. Risk and climate change. The onset of climate change has shown that we will continue to experience increases in the intensity, duration, and frequency of flood weather events. Existing flood management systems we have in place may not be able to effectively safeguard against the increased future risk posed by climate change. Sustainable approaches to manage flood risk. 1. Reforestation. Reforestation of mountainous areas and replanting of mangroves on the coast can go a long way in reducing all forms of flooding. You also can aid in the replanting of trees in your community and in preserving already forested areas. 2. Reducing vulnerability. Be prepared. We can protect our property and loved ones by doing things that won't cost a lot when compared to the damage cost of unmanaged flood hazards. Some of these techniques include inspecting homes and nearby areas for any vulnerabilities to flooding and reporting it to the relevant agencies. Reducing the amount of waste generated, disposing of waste in a responsible manner, and assisting where you can in ensuring drains are clear and free from blockage. Reinforcing your home. Where possible, elevate your living space. Install floodgates or door dams, and have pre-filled sandbags handy to build a wall where possible. Purchase flood insurance for your property. Keeping an emergency kit in a location easy to get to but unlikely to flood. Knowing the contact information for local hotlines and the nearest safe locations or shelters and multiple routes to these should one get blocked. 3. Empowerment through information. Continuous data collection, analysis, and sharing of information is critical to effective flood risk management. With the right planning and action, we can better manage our land use and reduce the flood risk for our community and families. We must also be aware of weather reports and understand the different terms used. If our homes are waterlogged, valuables destroyed, and families displaced, our lives will be far from regular. In the end, flood risk management greatly increases the short, medium, and long-term capacity of our communities to combat flood vulnerability. And the process can only work if we all work together to help.